The other day, Esther was enjoying cleaning up some resistance in her own experience on a specific topic. And she was using a process that we've been teaching for quite a long while called a focus wheel. And the focus wheel is used to increase momentum. It is used to pick a topic that you would like to make dominant and increase the vibration of it, which is what makes it dominant. So the focus wheel works like this. You're observing life, something that you observe could be improved, and you recognize it. So you sit with the intention of improving your vibration on a subject. So you start with where you are. Such and such sucks. And then, as always, when you know what you don't want, for just a flash you know what you do want. So on the other end of that stick is a clearer than usual picture of what you do want. I know I don't want this, I would prefer this. So in the center of a page, Esther always draws a big circle, and she writes a positive statement that right now is not dominant within her at all. In fact, the opposite of it is dominant within her. That's why she's doing this. It's something that she intends to make more dominant because she is going to focus on it for a little while and allow it to become more dominant. You following? So she writes this in the center, and then she tries to think of things that are easy to think of, the support center circle of intention. And it's pretty easy. First one comes sort of hard, but then she gets rolling, and she'll write the first and the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth, and sometimes she'll just fill a whole page in all around. Sometimes you can hardly see anything left on the pages, just writing everywhere. Sometimes the momentum becomes so fast that she finds what she has written in the center to be dominant in this moment. She changed what was dominant to something else. We call that deliberate creating. It's fun to clean up vibration. However, cleaning up vibration, just the idea of cleaning up a vibration has resistance in it because there's something to clean up. And when you focus too long or too hard on what you're cleaning up, you make it dominant. You can do so many focus wheels on something that bothers you that you can make that thing that bothers you dominant. You getting the sense of what we're talking about? We love you so much. That's what humans do. You try so hard to get it right. You want so much to be good at what you do that you are so often in your quest for rightness or goodness or improvement actually activating the other end of the stick without even knowing you're doing it. Well, that's what Esther was doing. She was working so hard on cleaning up a vibration that she had been aware of that keeps rearing its ugly head, that while she was going through the motions and actually slightly improving the way she feels, overall, too much focus wheeling on the same subject over and over again was making what she didn't want dominant. Can you follow this a little bit? And can you put it in the category of trying too hard? So something very wonderful happened to Esther during this process. Right in the middle of the process, she grew weary of the subject. Sort of like sitting and looking through the catalog too long. Has that ever happened to you? Seemed like a good idea. Ooh, I'd like that, and I'd like that, and I'd like that. But after about 25 catalogs, you just want to vomit. Too much. You know what we're talking about. Too much on a topic without really improving anything. Maybe too much yearning. So she reached that place which, for ease of conversation, a really good description, she reached a place without in that moment, being able to consciously identify it, of just giving up. It was like, enough already. Enough already. I've said what I want what I've said. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Something like that. And in the process of that, she doesn't even know how she did it. So we can't even really teach it to you. We're just telling you it's possible. Oh, we'll show you how. Esther fast forwarded into an uncluttered space of pure desire. And the thought that came to her mind was, if I could have this any way I wanted, if I were starting all over with this, if I were starting completely over with this, what would I choose? And right behind that came the thought, since I'm starting over right now, because every moment you're starting over. In every moment, you're starting over on what you make dominant. Since I'm starting over right now, what do I choose? What do I choose since I'm starting over? It was like she rocketed through a portal where no resistance went with her. She was free of the focus wheel, free of trying to clean stuff up. She went into a sort of dream state, a sort of state of, since I get to choose whatever I want, what do I choose? She was free of now reality and just in a dream state of, what would I choose about this? Well, I would choose this, and I would choose this, and I would choose this, and I would choose this. She was breathless. And the reason that we're telling this to you is because it was so obvious to Esther, the difference between trying to clean up a vibration and just starting fresh on a subject where there's nothing to clean up, and allowing yourself to go right to where you want to be. So we want to talk to you about vibration and momentum, and about where you stand, and about how through life you have sent all of these vibrational rockets forward, which have become the vibrational version of who you are. And the vibrational version of who you are, it's such a real thing. We called it vibrational reality for a while. We gave it a name, the Vortex, wrote 2 books about it, because we want you to feel the bigness and the realness and the wholeness of it. But most of all today, we want you to feel the resistance freeness of it. We want you to feel the sweetness of it, the niceness of it, the love of it, the bigness of it, and most of all, the power of it, because there's no resistance in it. There's resistance when you try to get to it, but when you just know that it exists and don't try to justify going to it, it will call you to it when you are least expecting it. We want you to give up the struggle of improving yourself and accept the perfection of who you are, which makes us want to talk to you about who you were before you came into this physical body. Pure, positive energy. Why you came. Because you're good and you know it, and you wanted the experience of experiencing contrast for the purpose of giving off rockets of desire, for the purpose of becoming vibrationally more, so that the more that you are could call you forward, so you could feel the freshness of creation. We want you to let go of the bonds, the binding, the clutching, the resistance of what is, just for a little while we're chewing together today, and at least accept the existence of a fresh, non-resistant you, who you get glimpses of all the time. You see it in the animals that are frolicking, or the children who are frolicking, and you see it in yourself, while not so often, when you frolic. You experience it when you just throw your head back and laugh hard at something. You know it when you are in a state of appreciation. But what we are getting at is, usually you get there because of something that you've observed that you can't control very well. We want you to get there because you've decided to make that dominant. Because you've decided to make happy dominant, because you've decided to make the evolved you dominant, because you've decided to make feeling good dominant, because you've decided to make love dominant. The other morning, Esther had been watching television before she went to bed, And when she woke up, the first thought in her mind was, I hate that person. It was a person on television, an easy to hate person. And because she was so new into the day and didn't have much momentum going, we said to her, and she heard us, hate is hate. Hating somebody is hating. There's just no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. You want to make hate dominant? Then watch television. That's not really fair, because there are lovely things on television. But you're not ready for it yet. You got a lot to make dominant before you ever turn it on again. So we're eager to talk with you about whatever matters to you. We want you to recall with us today that you were source energy before you came into this body, and the larger part of you still is. And while you've been here sifting and sorting and launching rockets, you have evolved as that soul being. And the vibrational part of you has become so much more than it was when you first got here in this body. And you are not ever going to be happy unless you are up to speed with that becoming. You got to keep up with your own evolution. You cannot let what is hold you back. And what is will hold you back. What is holding you back, because you're observing what is. It's full of vibration. You activate vibration of what is. You practice vibration of what is, and you do not allow yourself to move toward what you really want, because what is dominant in your vibration. Now you want to say, we know you do, we can hear you all over the room, well, isn't it logical that what is would be dominant? I can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. Yeah, we get it, because you've made what you're seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching the reality that is most important. But we want you to realize that in this reality, there are life-affirming things and there are life-depleting things. There are things that make you feel love, and there are things that cause you to feel hate. There are things that are uplifting and praiseworthy, and there are things that are not. And you have choices that you are not making because you've got dominant thoughts that are holding you back. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely. So as we are chewing together today, it's our desire that you bring yourself to this chair, or you bring yourself to this conversation from the chair you're sitting in, and that together we make dominant the things that you've chosen through life that are, in the greater scheme of things, dominant. You are the creator of your reality. Sometimes we ask, why are you here? What did you come for? And sometimes people come because there's something specific that they want to make happen in their life. I want to live in a different place, or I want to be in a happy relationship, or I would like more money in my life so that I can have more freedom, or I would like more rewarding work, or I would like to have more freedom in my day. There are very specific things or needs that you come wanting. And we're encouraging all of that. But at the basis of every single thing you want, whether it's a relationship or a material object or a pile of money, everything that you want, what you really want is the feeling of joy, the feeling of freedom, the feeling of satisfaction, the feeling of alignment with who you have really become. So if life has caused you to want more money, vibrationally speaking, you have abundance that you are depriving yourself of. If life has caused you to want an improved relationship, vibrationally speaking, you are pinching yourself off from the relationship improvement that you want. And the reason that you're doing it is not because you're a masochist, and it's not because you're not wise, and it's not because you're not capable. It's because you've been lured by what is into a vibrational pattern that won't let you change.